Hello, my water signs, my fellow water signs. I'm a double water sign myself. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here for daily reading for December 17. And my name is Aria, and this is the Intuit Cafe. And thank you so much for stopping by and watching these readings. And also make sure you watch your sun, moon, and rising and your Venus, because there might be something in one of those readings that resonates with you more than this one. But without any further ado, let's just get right into it. So I have here at the bottom my spread for the Lenormand cards to take a look at kind of setting the scenario that we're going to be looking further into using tarot cards. And this is very interesting. First of all, this is my fourth reading. I just did the earth, fire, and water and air signs. And every single one of you guys had the clouds come up, and I shuffle them and I pull them randomly. There's just no way. I can hardly understand how I keep drawing that stupid clouds card. But I guess that maybe there's just some energy here right now that's causing a lot of confusion, because that's what the clouds are about. They mean a lack of transparency, you know, because you can't really see through the clouds. It blocks the sun, and you know, in general, it is a negative card. But the other cards in the spread, you know, it will change its meaning here based on other cards in the spread. So let's take a look at what's going on. So first of all, the center card is really what the whole spread is about, and we have the Rider. And the Rider is about messages, information. It's fast. It's about movement. And so if anything has been stuck and the Rider shows up, it shows that you know, things are going to, you know, become they'll change, they'll shift. So what I'm seeing on both sides here is some kind of negativity that's happening and that's going on, and yet the Rider in the middle tells us that something is going to shift and that things are going to change. So what we have here is we have the home and we have birds, and the birds can be about communication and arguments. They're a neutral card, so if they have positive cards around them, they can be talking about, you know, more of the positive side of what birds represent. But here we have more neutral or even negative cards, and so I really feel like, because the dog and the clouds talk about like situations where there's tension or lack of transparency with a friend, I feel like that's what the birds are really talking about here as well, because the birds can also be about being tense, agitated, and excitable, or like, you know, just on edge, as a flock of birds can be. And so, and that's happening at the home, and I feel like it is a friend. And this could be a lover, it could be you know, in your own home, it could be a relationship with someone. It'll be different for each one of you, but what's being highlighted here right now is the tensions and things that are unclear. There is a friend who's experiencing some difficulties, and the advice here is to avoid making the situation worse and work to shift out of the negativity that's happening here. And the Rider gives a very clear indication that that's possible right now, because he is about change. And I actually feel like pulling one more card from the Lenormand to see what I get for that. And I get the Road, which really is just saying you do have a decision to make. And I also feel like it's about a free will card, and it's saying it's up to you. You do have, like, you can affect, like, the Rider is he's on the road, right? He is moving, and in fact, the Rider and the Road together are very positive combination card, in that they do talk about, you know, changes happening, and you know, that you have the control, it's, you know, really up to you in that. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what the tarot cards have to say more about the situation, and give you some more advice about how to deal with it. And I also just want to say that if you have any comments or questions about the reading that you would like to leave comments in the comment section below, and I would love to, I'll reply. I'll pull a few cards to give you a quick little answer. Kind of a fun way for us to interact. And so okay, this is very interesting. Right off, we have the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. I feel like that for some of you, there is a third-party situation going on here, and this third party could, you know, whether you're married and you're in a situation where there's someone else that you're connected with who is and, you know, who's single, or whether they're the person in a third-party situation, they're experiencing tensions at home. There's problems, there's uncertainty there, and it is causing a lot of mental anguish. And I don't know if that's the mental anguish that you're having about their situation, or if it's your mental anguish about your own situation, but regardless, it is causing a, you know, tension does that, and it's not good to, you know, hold that in. obviously we're a lot better off if we can work to release and let that go in some way. But the reason I feel like there's a third-party situation here, and it is about a true love situation, is that we have the Two of Cups with the Three of Cups as well. So I do feel like that's what's being highlighted here. And it does look like communication is going to be key, and also the Ace of Swords is just a huge breakthrough. And so I feel like the writer here is, and the road and the decision, and I'll just have to say, you know, whoever is in this scenario, what's coming through to me too is that they have the choice and the decision, and they have the ability, and the energy is really right there right now for a big change to occur. The Ace of Swords is about communication, but it is also about just having a really big breakthrough, and about truth coming to light, and the truth, you know, the truth will set you free. The sword is often referred to, you know, the sword Excalibur, and it is the sword of truth and awareness. It's a double-edged sword, and it's sort of truth and awareness, and so having the truth and being aware of the truth can make all the difference in what happens here. And so I do feel like truth is going to come out, and we have that crossroads saying that there is a decision that comes forward because of that awareness of truth, and we have all the momentum for this person to make a choice, whether this is you or the person you're connected with, of making that choice to get, you know, to move forward. And it does look to me like there's a home situation here that somebody's been really holding on tight to. And, you know, I think that on one hand it could be the person who's in the home and where the tense, and, you know, the marriage situation is very tense, and there's, you know, it's not a really good situation right now. Holding on really tight to that is, you know, preventing from being able to move forward. But it also could be somebody who's holding on tight to, you know, what the Ten of Cups truly stands for, which is that true happiness at home. It's not a negative card; it's a very positive card, and it really, I would say, is what everybody wants the most in their life, is to have that. And the fact that it's not happening here in this home situation, and that this comes up, is very interesting. So let's see if we have a few more cards here, and we'll close it up. We have the Five of Wands. That was on the bottom of the deck just a moment ago, and I almost pulled it thinking it should come out, and then it did come out. So it is talking about those tensions. This is very much the birds and the clouds here. Tension and uncertainty is at play here, and I think it's really destroying you know, what should be what everybody would really want, which is a happy family situation, and that's not happening. And there is a lot of holding on. We have the Five of Wands is about holding and gripping real tight, and that it is causing the tension and the stress, because people are holding on really, really tight to something. And let's just, I'd like to see, we know we have truth coming out. Let me just get a couple more cards for a conclusion here. We have the Two of Wands, and we have the Ten of Wands. And so the Two of Wands is about also the recognition. I was talking about awareness with the sword of truth and awareness, and there is a recognition that comes in, that this person realizes that they don't really have what they truly want, and that what they do have has been an incredible burden, and they're ready to put that behind them, because the you know, the guy that's holding on to all of those is behind him. And so I feel like somebody is really ready for that change, and it does look like that change in the new direction. In fact, that's one thing the writer and the road together mean, is a change in direction, a complete change in direction. So I do believe that's coming up. So thank you guys all for watching and liking my channel, and please share it with others, and we'll see you again soon.